Hi everyone, and welcome to my short presentation on mathematics and numeracy and early childhood. I'll be showing you guys an activity that is perfect for children aged 3 to 5 years. Usually this age group in a childcare setting would be called a kindy class or maybe a pre-kindy class. Let's begin. So mathematics and numeracy can be taught in a play-based environment. So what exactly is a play-based environment? Play-based learning is something that most early childhood centres implement into their philosophy. This means that the learning experience that is set up isn't formal, for example like a maths or a science lesson, but it is set up for the child to explore and discover learning on their own without an educator informing them. Play-based learning involves discovering, imagination, creativity, and improving. I added some key words that personally came to my mind when I think about play-based learning. It's open-ended, which means children are able to explore their learning as much as they want with no limits or rules. This helps a child in choice making their own decisions, what they want to do next. And to follow up from choice making, this creates them to be independent learners. Also, I love the saying, environment is the third teacher, and there is no right or wrong in play-based learning. I have attached two quotes, one from Kennedy and Bartlett, and the second one is from Leslie Jones. These two quotes, I believe, help explain play-based learning a bit further. So the first one is, this means that children do not have a formal maths or science lesson, but they may be learning about maths and science while exploring and playing in the sandpit outdoors with different shaped containers. The second quote is, children learn so much through play, it allows them to explore, discover, negotiate, take risks, create meaning, and solve problems. All the important foundations for developing literacy, numeracy, and social skills. So how do children develop maths and numeracy through play-based learning? They can learn how to count, which is related to number sense. Role play real life scenarios, this links in with numeracy. By understanding how much water they can carry in a bucket, which relates to mass and weight. When talking about how far something may be, such as a tree, this relates to prediction and measurement. So measurement. And listening or singing songs related to numbers, for example, 5 little monkeys jumping on a bed. Also sharing and dividing toys, which relates to addition and subtraction. Also completing or having to go at puzzles, which means they're looking at what matches and what shapes they are. And also learning the names of different shapes. This allows them to memorize lines, bends, curves, etc. So the example of a play-based learning experience that I chose that I mentioned earlier on in the presentation is by setting up a role-playing area as a stall to sell vegetables, fruits for a kindy class age. I mean, this doesn't have to just be vegetables or fruits, it can just be just items around the centre. So this obviously promotes play-based learning. It allows the children to explore different mathematical concepts such as weight by experimenting how heavy their shopping bags get when they put items in it. It allows them to explore numbers while they use the money to pay, also sorting while they put the fruit in particular order for different situations. And this also allows children to experience real life scenarios which also links to the learning experience. Which also links the learning experience to numeracy. So during this learning experience, what is an educator's role? Well, an educator has two important roles. One, setting up the learning experience, and second, observing what's happening. So, what should an educator do while observing? This is a great time to create learning stories. If it's a wow moment, if they can see that the children are learning a new thing, or it's just a very special moment. Pay attention to the conversations happening between the children. Are they saying any new words? What are they talking about? Also, brainstorm how to extend from this learning experience and ask open-ended questions such as, what are you going to buy today? How much do you think it's going to cost? Etc, etc. So what resources should we use to create this? Well, pretend or real if they would like to, fruit and veggies, bags to put the food in, pretend or real, money. A store can be made from a table or a book or even a large box, anything. And I thought shopping uniform would also be cool, so maybe little aprons, a hat. So I just wanted to add this little quote about how numeracy and maths is linked to the earlier years learning framework, also known as the ELF. I thought that this really explains it well. Numeracy is the capacity, confidence, and disposition to use mathematics in daily life. Children bring new mathematical understandings through engaging with problem solving. It is essential that the mathematical ideas with which young children interact are relevant and meaningful to the context of their current lives. Educators require a rich mathematical vocabulary to accurately describe and explain children's mathematical ideas and to support numeracy development. Spontaneous sense, structure and pattern, number, measurement, data arrangement, connections, and exploring the world mathematically are the powerful mathematical ideas children need to become numerate. So I kind of added a couple of more activities that you could share with babies, toddlers, pre-kindy, kindy, or primary age children, sorry. So with babies, you could be singing counting songs, which would link to number sense and memorization. Toddlers, they can create dough, Play-Doh, salt dough, which will link to measurement and probability and prediction. Pre-kindy, you could set up a building area, which will allow them to explore the logic of shape and arrangement. Kindy, a cooking experience, which would link to quantity, measurement, and that probability and prediction. And primary, you could get more kind of serious about learning about equations with objects. So this will allow them to explore arrangement, memorization, quantity, and also number sense. And then I've kind of attached some examples of those activities. In this presentation, I have a reference list. So thank you all for joining.